I got to say thank you guys. It's been a little while since you guys have been on. And for you, that's right. And we have someone new to introduce. So I just have to say, I say it every single time, I am so grateful to have the relationship with TD that we have. TD is obviously a giant in the financial industry and someone who has brought so much value to the brokerage. I know you guys are constantly giving us the information, the details, and and keeping our realtors up to date. And I want to thank you guys for your continued support. And we're so grateful to have you on today.
Thank you.
Cool.
Great to be here.
So quick introduction. We have Albert Watmough, who's one of our reps in the South office, who's doing awesome and has been such a great supporter and such good information. And now we're so happy to have Parwiz with us, Parwiz Sadat, who goes by Par to make it nice and simple. But you're joining us in the downtown office.
Yes, just recently.
Well, welcome to the team, and great to have you on.
Thank you.
Cool. Do you want to take us through and introduce the session here?
No, not really. I can, yes. Okay,
so Chloe, hold on. I was gonna say, when Kirsten is like, I can't come on, we're like, okay, Chloe, you're coming on.
I guess I'm on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we kind of talked a little bit about what these guys are coming to introduce us to today. So obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about Parwiz and him coming onto the team. We're going to talk a lot about the stress test. So the changes with that are coming in, they're going to update us with that. And then just the environment, like what's going on out there, and probably a little bit about Corona as well. A little Corona flare in there. And the rates. So thanks for coming in.
I think we'll just turn it over to you, gentlemen, and let's go. Addie, you can turn over the computer there.
Well, first of all, again, thank you for having us back, me back and him for the first time. But we also wanted to say a heartfelt congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Kirsten, of course, welcoming Weston to the world of
little Weston.
Yes, that's awesome. And I think I saw something about your birthday recently where it said life begins at
40.
Yeah. But truly that's not true at all, because life begins now.
That's right. Just for the record, I'm still 39. I don't turn 40 till the end of the month.
March.
Not 40 yet.
Yeah.
So life has yet to begin, apparently.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm thankful to be here this morning. Just my gratitude. I haven't stocked up on toilet paper.
Oh, good.
I was hoping that Kathy would give me the stock room key before I left here today, so that I can do that before heading home. So
perfect.
Anyways, I think we just wanted to say a few things about Par joining the downtown office as well, and he can maybe spend a couple of minutes telling the audience about himself.
Yeah, my name is Par. I've been working with TD for 8 years now, 2 years in the MMS role. Loving it. I have a finance degree as well, and very knowledgeable about investments, state, business, personal banking. So well-rounded, but now specialize in one thing, which is nice.
I think that's so important. That's one of the cool things we talk to the TD reps, is that many of them started in obviously the banking side and then transitioned over, and that background experience to be able to understand the holistic picture of someone's financial needs, I think is critical with a mortgage rep. So,
for sure, definitely.
No, thank you for that. Welcome to the team.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
So we want to talk about the stress test. I'm going to say the changes, but they're really not changing. The benchmark rate is changing and how it's calculated. The benchmark rate used to be a 5-year benchmark rate that the government set from time to time. And that from time to time was 2 months or 6 months. It took so long for it to be, sort of catching up with what the rates are really doing. So now they're changing it to, and I'll have to read it here, the new benchmark rate is going to be the weekly average 5-year fixed CMHC insured mortgage rate plus 2%. So the rates are now coming down. We're going to talk about that briefly, but it's 2.5 to 2.75. So when you add the 2% to that, it's about 4.5 to 4.75 compared to today's 5.19%. So again, 5.19% is the current qualifying rate or benchmark rate that we have. It's now going to go down to that 4.5 to 4.75. So that's going to increase some buying power. Lots of realtors have been asking me, what's the impact? Well, I've got 1 or 2 slides that'll show that in a second.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So those changes do come into effect on April 6th. Just so you know, this is only for CMHC insured mortgages right now. So someone who's putting 5% down or 10% down or 15% down. This is the only buyer that it impacts. 20% down or conventional applications are not changing yet. So they're still going to be at that 5.19%.
Okay.
CMHC or the government sets those parameters for insured mortgages. It's up to the bank and the acronym of OFC, the Office of financial services
Yeah.
that will determine what the changes are going to be for the conventional side. So hopefully they're going to match that, and it's going to be the same for conventional shortly. But for now, it's just CMHC insured. Okay?
And I don't mean to put you on the spot here,
Yeah.
but give us the sort of a perspective from the government side. Why would they do insured and not uninsured to start? I mean, you would think almost that someone who does have 20% down is a safer person, is more financially responsible, call it, to do it. And no, that isn't always the case, obviously. But any thoughts on that, about why they choose one or the other?
No, I don't have any thoughts other than to agree with you to say that someone who's putting 20% down, well, who cares what's going to happen in 5 years? They have some equity that's built in.
Totally.
And yeah, so that it's not their first purchase in most cases as well. So no, I would agree with you.
So there's still a chance, though, that we might see this trickle over to the conventional side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. So the buying power I have on the very last slide, I believe, and I think I've covered off everything else on these next couple of slides. Again, I have mentioned already CMHC only. So just some fine print on the very last slide here. Obviously, it's on approved credit. It's always based on somebody having some outside debt. So in this case, I factored in, somebody having a $400 car payment. So anyways, on the very last slide, you'll see on,
We'll go back now.
sorry.
That one. There you go.
Yeah, so here's the impact. It's someone who has a household income of $77,000. Today, it would be a $400,000 maximum purchase price.
Got it.
This is with 10% down. You see, it could apply to someone with 5% down as well, but this one happens to be 10% down. After April 6th, it'll be $425,000, which is representing a 6.25% hike.
Yeah.
Now, if you remember from
solid.
That is solid.
Yeah.
of
Meaningful.
October 2016, when CMHC first came out with the stress test, it was approximately 15 to 20% impact on the other side. So when you look at these two slides, and this slide, I should say, with the two incomes, the next one being a $100,000 example, again, 5.25, $525,000 being the purchase price today, it'll go up 8% to $565,000. We're getting about half of it back, meaning, again, 4 years ago when they first introduced it, we lost about 15 to 20% buying power, and now we're getting 6 to 8% of it back. So again, always a good news story when we're getting something back.
Yeah.
In this case, we're getting halfway there. So it's definitely good for the customers, the buyers out there who are, again, presently shopping in that $400,000 range. If they want to wait for a month, they can increase their buying power.
Go ahead.
What if somebody writes an offer today? The change would have to take place during condition period in order for that to take effect for them, or how would that work?
Possession, maybe. But
No, it'll be when the application is submitted. So they would have to wait until April
For the
6th. Yes, for this.
pre-approval.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
A pre-approval without them making an offer.
Okay.
In case you're wondering about yourself, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, this impacts
But
me too, yeah.
The application that we submit to CMHC would have to be on or after April 6th. So an offer going in today with a possession of April 7th is not going to help that person.
It has to be at least at the latest during condition period when you're submitting the documents to the lenders.
Yeah, if you give me a purchase contract that's actually, you know what? It's going to be the date of the contract. So if you gave me a contract on April 1st, and I said, well, let me just wait 5 days because that's when
Before
April
I submit
6th.
it?
No, it's going to be the date that you're making that offer.
Okay.
Which is always
So
the
April
case for
6th, we'll see.
exactly. So
Interesting
yeah,
stuff.
you'll want to wait until April 6th to make that offer.
And I just want to speak again to this fear-based period that we're in, but is not being reflected in the marketplace. Obviously the I don't even want to say the word anymore, but Corona is still relatively new and things like that, and then oil prices as of today. But all of this is going to pass, and look at what we have going for us. We have the approvals going through for Trans Mountain. The feds have absolutely, this is happening now, which is fantastic. We have the interest rate environment now, and now we've had the stress test piece. You have pent up demand for the people that are there, which are all leading to the activity that we're seeing in the marketplace right now, which is fantastic. So there's so many good things. Don't get lost in the false fear over here.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, unless you're going to take shingles just as seriously. I'm just kidding. Yeah, not that shingles can. I'm not demoting anyways. Got asterisks. Lindsay doesn't mean exactly what he says all the time.
So we'll pass on any changes on the conventional front because we are hoping that happen. Whether they happen as of April 6th, we don't know that yet. But of course, we'll pass that on to the realtors as we hear.
Perfect.
So I'll be talking about a little bit about a campaign There's some cash incentive going on here. We made it simple for our buyers. Really, any deals that we submit and funds before August 31st, we'll get them cash incentive up to $2,500, which is nice. If you lock in your term 4 years or 5 years mortgage, you can get some cash incentive for your clients, which is nice.
You know, I love that. And from the standpoint of, first of all, when you guys are advertising the new rates, when you guys are out there talking about it, what did the rate change? What was the rate change on that? That just happened here.
So with regards to variable, you're looking anywhere in the range of 2.5 to 2.6. That's variable closed. If you're looking on the fixed, it could be a variety of changes. It's customer level pricing. So it matters based on your amount you're borrowing. It could be anywhere between 2.45 to 2.67% in that range. But very good, attractive market right now for buyers. Anything that saves you money, that's where we're at right now.
It's insane. Yeah. It's absolutely insane. And remember, obviously, with RECA, we have rules around incentives and things like that. But we just did a move. We moved call it a 4-bedroom house. The cost of our move, all said and done, we used Jay's Transportation, who was awesome. I just want to give them a shout out. They free moving boxes, which is cool. You just grab as many moving boxes you want. You just return them at the end. So highly, highly recommend Jay's Transportation. They're one of our preferred suppliers. They're awesome. And the whole move was, they spent 12 hours, about $2,200 when it was all said and done. And so the whole concept of like, find out how we'll pay for your move. Find out how this stuff will happen or how you can get your move paid for. And advertising the TD incentive is something else that you can start getting engagement. You know, ask me about this. Ask me what you can promote as legal fees. Anything that's $2,500 value, right? Buy some furniture. You can buy a lot of stuff at HomeSense, we're finding out.
Yeah, you can.
For $2,500 to decorate your house. So
definitely.
I love that you guys are doing this, and it gives our agents something to talk about. Use this as your own. And then obviously you can give the people the details.
Yeah, I haven't seen this offer. I've been doing this role for about 8 years. The $2,500 being as high as it is. Yeah. And secondly, I will say that in the olden days, you would offer this cash back, but then the fine print, the disclosure was that we're going to charge you a slightly higher rate of interest as a result. Well, that's not happening here. We're going to give you the rates that Par was talking about, our lowest competitive rates, as well as this cash back. So this offer is the best that I've seen with the bank in 8 years. So definitely something that you want to talk to your clients about for sure.
And you get it within 30 days.
Amazing.
Of your closing, which is very, very fast turnaround.
Yeah.
And we know a lot of people use TD, which is amazing. We know a lot of you have relationships with other mortgage professionals, which is outstanding. I think you need a team of people. But use this in your marketing. Like use this and talk to any mobile mortgage specialist. We got them at all the offices. You can find them on CIR's website in the preferred suppliers section. Contact one at your branch, ask some questions, get it out there. A lot of them will do some co-marketing with you, open houses, things like that. They got so many great things because of the size and the depth of the resource that TD has. So once again, thank you both. Par, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Albert, as always, thank you for coming on and sharing the great information.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming in.
Cool. We're going to be right back. We're going to be here with Laura Christie talking about backyard suites.